These are the worst new movies of 2025. In 10th place is Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Now listen, I'm not a fan of the games, I don't know anything about the lore, but just as movies on their own, these things are absolutely horrible. Like, I'm glad there's people out there that love these movies, but I just don't get it. I think the movies take themselves way too seriously, but at the same time, there's not like any really good dramatic or actually scary moments in these films. The movies aren't really funny either. There's really just nothing of value in these films. Like I said, unless you've been a fan of this franchise for 10 years, this is absolute garbage. And number 9 is Snow White. I can't believe this was still 2025. This feels like it happened 5 years ago, but an absolutely brutal movie to sit through. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think the original Snow White animated film is even very good. Like, I don't care that much about the story, so I don't mind that they tried to make some changes to it in this one, but all the changes somehow end up being even worse. This film is also not helped by the fact that you have Gal Gadot giving one of the worst performances of all time as the evil queen in this movie. Like, seriously, if you have not seen her line deliveries in this film, please look them up. You'll laugh out loud. So many bizarre decisions in this movie, like having all the dwarfs be CGI. It's really just the definition of a lifeless live action remake. At number 8, it hurts me to say it, but it's The Weeknd's movie Hurry Up Tomorrow. Now, as a musical artist, I love The Weeknd. I think the Hurry Up Tomorrow album is incredible, but this movie is an absolute disaster. If you don't know, The Weeknd's just playing himself in this movie, but it's not a fully true story, but it's based on real events that did happen, like him losing his voice at this concert and dealing with this crazy fan. This really is the definition of a style over substance movie. Like, I swear someone typed into ChatGPT, make me an artsy looking film that has nothing of meaning going on behind it, and this is what it pumped out. And number 7 is The Electric State, the new sci-fi blockbuster from Netflix and the Russo brothers. I honestly don't even think this is like horribly bad like the other films on this list. It almost just put me to sleep. I was so bored watching it. It takes place in this kind of cool dystopian sci-fi like world that should be incredibly cool to look at. Visually, it should be stunning. Everything just kind of falls flat. It feels boring. The dialogue is things you've heard before, all the same jokes and quips. It's really just a super boring movie that I was not moved by whatsoever. And honestly, in my opinion, one of the worst things a movie can do is just be incredibly boring. At number 6 is one of the least funny films I've ever seen in my life. It's called Fixed, and it's this animated movie, again from Netflix, and it follows this dog's last 24 hours before he's getting neutered. It's one of those films that has that really weird style of humor where it's very raunchy and R-rated, but at the same time, the only people that are gonna laugh at this movie are 12 years old. Like, I swear they say the word balls 75 times in this film. Like, it feels like something ripped straight out of 2012, but somehow it released this year. Like, the animation style isn't like terrible or anything, but I'm sorry, it's not gonna save this absolutely terrible script. Now, before the top 5, if you love movies, hit that follow button and let me know in the comments below what your least favorite movie of the year is so far. At number 5 is this movie called Holland. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person on the planet that actually watched this film. It came out on Prime Video with Nicole Kidman. I'm like, okay, she's a good actress. Let me check out this film. Big mistake. She just plays this teacher with a seemingly happy family life in this town of Holland, Michigan, but then things aren't exactly what they seem and there's some big mystery brewing. But the thing is, the mystery never actually gets interesting. Like, the movie keeps telling you, oh, there's going to be some big dark twist here, but everything that keeps happening is, again, incredibly just boring and lame. Nobody's given a good performance in this movie, even though there are lots of good actors in this film. It's really just a complete waste of time, and I don't blame anybody for not watching it. In 4th place is the new Smurfs movie starring Rihanna and James Corden, of all people. I don't care that this is a kids film. Kids deserve way better. Genuinely one of those films that has zero redeeming qualities, and it's not a surprise it flopped at the box office. Like, first of all, kids do not care about the Smurfs anymore. These characters are like 175 years old. There is nothing original about this movie. Every joke in it you've heard before. The animation isn't even good. There's lots of like weird live action hybrid moments going on, and I'm pretty sure it's just because they didn't want to animate the entire film. And James Corden, man, like, I'm sure he's a nice guy. He has carpool karaoke going for him and all that stuff, but every time this dude's in a movie, it's an absolute disaster. Third worst movie of the year is Flight Risk, all the way from back in the beginning of January, and it's almost still the worst film of the entire year. It's just a nothing burger of a movie. You could tell Mark Wahlberg was just here for a check. It's just about trying to move this guy into witness protection to a trial, and everyone's trying to kill everyone. It's just such a dud of a film. I don't know how these things get made. Second worst is a movie I took personal offense to. It's the Until Dawn film. If you're unaware, Until Dawn was a video game, which this is very, very loosely based off of. It's pretty much just taking the title Until Dawn and doing its own original story, which if you're going to do that, you better be at least as good or better than the original story. But this one is not whatsoever, because the original Until Dawn game is an absolute banger. This movie gives you none of the original characters from the game. It decides it's going to be like this weird time loop movie where the characters keep dying and the night restarts, so it pretty much takes away all the stakes or actual scary elements of this movie. And like I said, if you're going to make a garbage horror movie, just name it something else. Don't take the name from a beloved property, abandon all the parts people like about it, and make a terrible film. But I think we all knew my least favorite movie of the year was going to be the new War of the Worlds with Ice Cube. It is literally a movie that is filmed on Microsoft Teams of Ice Cube being this like security guy trying to stop the end of the world from happening, but you're just watching him through a webcam for the entire runtime. Some of the worst acting I've ever seen in my life. At least it's so bad that it's kind of entertaining though. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll be dropping my top 10 favorite movies of the year in a couple days here. And if you want to see my full War of the Worlds review, click the video at the top of the screen, or all my other movie reviews on the channel, click the video at the bottom.